Stoll here at Stoll's Tree Farm. This is an instructional video for how to tie your Christmas tree onto your car. It is not the only option. You do not have to follow it. We are not telling you this is how you must tie your tree on your car. We're just showing you how we've been doing it, and we've been doing it for a long time, and we think it works pretty well. So when you come to our farm, we will give you 2 pieces of twine, which will get you, which will be sufficient for pretty much any car or any situation. We'll be able to get you more if you really need it. But step 1 is getting your tree on your car the correct direction. So we want the trunk towards the front of the vehicle, okay? That way it's more aerodynamic because all the branches are pulled back this way. As you drive down the road, the wind is going to be moving this direction over your tree instead of this direction, which is against the branches. It's less aerodynamic. It'll make the tree it won't be as good for the tree or as good for the ride home. So I'm actually going to turn this around this way. So trunk towards the front of the vehicle. Okay, there's a lot of different options on where to tie the tree to. It's all dependent on your vehicle. If you have a luggage rack, that's obviously the easiest. Actually, the easiest is a pickup truck, but a luggage rack would be up here, and you would just tie the rope to the luggage rack. Since I don't have a luggage rack on this vehicle, I'm going to open both doors and tie around the doorpost right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my rope here, tie around the doorpost. There is nothing special that you need to do with a knot. Right now I'm going to tie a slip knot so that it's easy to take back off, but any kind of knot will do, as long as once you tie it and yank on it, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to take my rope and I'm going to wrap it around the trunk of the tree by going over the top first. So come on over here, Dana. Okay, so when I say over the top first, I mean over the top like this, not underneath like this, okay? The tree is much more stable when you go over the top first. Wrap around the trunk. Okay, and then toss this to the other side. The reason you go over the top is when I cinch this down, it keeps the tree from being able to spin. If I were to go underneath first, then the tree will be able to spin freely, which makes it less stable. Let's go around to the other side. And I'm going to tie it in the same spot over here around the doorpost. Now, I intentionally did this wrong so I can show you the right way to go about it. Once I tie this around this doorpost, you see the angle of my string going towards the front of the vehicle. That is not how you want the tree, okay? So I'm going to correct that now before I tie it. By sliding the tree back, okay? Now you can see my angle is just slightly towards the rear of the vehicle. That way, as you start down the road and the wind wants to push that tree towards the back of the vehicle, the string is just going to get tighter. If the rope is towards the front of the vehicle, then it's going to get loose because the tree is going to want to move backwards. All right, so now I'm going to tie this one. Another little trick to holding tension when you tie. Instead of just wrapping around this and just tying it, and then there's going to be some slack in the string, if you go ahead and pull it tight, and then as you pull it around here to tie, hold that tension right here as you tie with your other hand, and then you pull it to it, and then that keeps the string nice and tight. And then always hold really close to the knot. That way when you tie down to the knot, it doesn't lose that tension in the string. Okay, so we've tied the front of the tree. If after you get that tied, you notice that you are slightly angled towards the front, then all you have to do is from the back of the tree, pull backwards until the tree doesn't slide back anymore. So mine really shouldn't move that much. Okay. So the back, tying the back, you've got a couple of options again, depending on the height of your tree. So this is about an 8-foot tree. For this tree, I'm gonna tie right here in the back. We'll go around to the other side where my string is. But if your tree is longer than this and really hanging off the back of the vehicle, the other option the automatic doors aren't really that helpful for this, but the other option is you can tie right here around the back, the cylinder of the back hatch. So you can tie around this, around the tree, and back to the other side. Okay, so the key here is this little loop right here. Only the outside part gets used by the door. That's where the door will latch onto there. So as long as you leave that side free, you can tie on either one of these other two sides. So we're gonna tie right here. Okay, that does not stop the door from latching because the door is just gonna latch right on there to that side. The rope is over here, not gonna bother it. So I've got that tied on, I'm gonna toss it over. This back rope doesn't matter as much about the angle. Really what's best is if it just comes straight over the top. Okay, see how I'm gonna pull that nice and tight and then hold that tension by bringing my hand back. I'm gonna hold right next to where I've got that, where my knot is gonna be, so that when I pull my tie down to it, keeps the string nice and tight. All right, that tree is ready to go. We're gonna step over here to a minivan. I'm gonna show you a couple of differences between an SUV or a minivan. Any 4-door vehicle that's not a minivan will be very similar to that one. A minivan is different, obviously, because of the sliding back doors. So, you can still do the doorpost here in the front. So you can still tie around the doorpost up and over your tree, just like we talked about. For the back, if you can't go to the hatch, then you need to go to this right here, which would be the same thing as what we just tied to on the SUV. You just tie to this side, not that side, and it's not going to be in the way of the door. The important thing to do on a minivan, though, is once you tie off to this, you have to run your string up behind this slide right here. Okay, if the string goes here in front of the slide, then the door won't shut. You have to run it back here, all right, behind that slide, so that your string is back here and the door is going to be able to shut, because this slide is going to move forward when the door shuts. The other thing is a lot of vans now have automatic doors. When you have that string in here, when that door tries to close, it's going to see that tension and not want to close. There's two options for that. Right when your door begins to close, if you apply pressure to the outside of the door, it'll help override that pressure that it's seen from the string. Push on it and it should shut. If you can't get it to work, I don't know of any vehicles that don't have a on and off for the automatic doors. In the Honda Odysseys, like this one is, it's right here. So that's the automatic doors. If I click that to off, then this door is no longer an automatic door. I don't know why it's not open. You have the child lock on?
I don't know.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so now it's just a manual door, and it's going to slide hard, but you're going to be able to slide it and shut it with that string in there. So okay? So that's how you would do it on a minivan. Talked about an SUV. We will still have people out helping anybody who needs help get their tree tied on their vehicle. But we want to allow you the opportunity to do it yourself. It's kind of fun knowing that you got your tree on your car and got it home and everything. So you're also always welcome to, if you have a space, put it inside your vehicle. A lot of people do that. And then obviously if you have a pickup truck, that's the easiest vehicle to load the tree in. So hope this all made sense, and we'll see you guys here soon for tree season.